Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to Prickly Pear. I would like to firstly thank Cody Twiner of Rhino Productions for bringing this really diverse lineup of acts here for you today, and also Darwin Fringe for having us. I'd also like to personally acknowledge the Larrakia Nation, its elders past, present and emerging, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be here on Larrakia land to perform for you. My name's Velia. I'm a Waka Waka woman from southeast Queensland, living on Arrernte land in the Arrernte. And this is a song of mine called Fisherman. I hope you enjoy. Thank you. You said you were a fisherman, that you catch me if you can. You said you were a fisherman, that you catch me if you can. You cast your line as you swam past, the current was moving fast. The push and pull of the ocean's tides reflect how I feel inside. When your eyes met mine, I took your hook and your line. You didn't need any bait, I couldn't wait to be hooked by you. I've been hooked on you. All you need to do is reel me in real fast, real slow, real hard, real in, any way you can. 'Cause you said you're a fisherman. That you catch me if you can. You said you were a fisherman. Are you gonna catch me? Are you gonna catch me? Are you gonna catch me?
Hi everyone, my name is Angelika Vajtovic and I'm a proud Croatian woman and I'm very happy to be here. It's called Western Sydney Walk. A ghost to you. Walking to classes, you look the other way. Gold chains beat against my chest as I sidestep in silence, step to the next period. Years of ignorance in a field of white. White privilege, Vegemite sandwich, red cordial in water bottle and meat pie you carry in your arsenal. Not to forget your endless tuck shop monies that jingle in your long pockets from morning bus stops to chicken and chip shops en route to your white mansions. I lift the lid off my lunchbox in a smell of cured meat, pate or fish amidst a common room clear and instant, for these smells are uncommon and unacceptable here in this white learning institution. Taunts from Anglo kids who are so white that they glow in the dark. Little evil fireflies buzzing around the periphery are my own personal delicatessen as I withdraw pickles and blackbread to accompany my mezza platter for big lunch. Schools of children within the school of young adults who are hissing and they are spitting to just go back to where you came from. Constant reminders that you do not belong here and you do not belong back there and nor you ever will. Scores of notes scrolling in textbook written in language so they can never know what the fear you feel. Of the outcast, ostracization, unbelonging, wanting and longing to just go back home. But where is home? A farm nestled within the undulating valleys of white Australian countryside, house built on top of a hill, with your hands and your father's eyes and your mother's bent and broken and your brother's terrified unspoken. With Anglo neighbours on one side and Euros on the other, and an endless array of snakes in between, we lived mouth to hands and foot in mouth. Children working as adults to help adults stand upright. And our country, where they said we should go back to, well, it was being ripped and raped from the inside out. Weekends picketing, injustice was sickening, screaming please, and please just see this injustice. Just see it, we beg. To a government that would barbecue on the weekend, snort coke on weeknights and went to church to impress the voters. Parliament workers who freckle in the sun, their noses turn pink in it. They're sponsored by BB, an oil company. Year after year we spent crying into pillows as a war of race continued to battle in Western Sydney, whilst Eastern Europe fell to pieces. White privilege discards the shame of stands and holding to railings to keep yourself upright. And at night pillows sodden with years of unbelonging, the foreboding and longing to find where it is that you fit. Where on earth is it that we fit?
The next piece of poetry comes with brief references to female genital mutilation and corporal punishment and has big criticisms of ideology. So please leave now and come back if you don't want to hear that. Hello everyone, my name's Alex and I'm just going to leave my phone here as a crutch. I probably won't use it, but just in case I leave it here in the hopes that it helps me somehow. So don't let me forget that when I leave the stage because I'm addicted to it. Thank you so much for coming and thank you so much to Cody for organizing Prickly Pear. I think it's revolutionary. I want to see it all over Australia. I want to see it all over the world. And this is a poem called Getting Excommunicated from the Church of Universal Acceptance. I have no hill to die on, so dig me a shallow grave. I speak in cliches, sure, but rest assured, no coded words from me. because the truth is a lonely place sometimes. The truth is a lonely place. Proudly independent, I have never voted right, but you could talk me up or down with facts and a good fight. For everything that I believe, I know exactly what I need for you to change my mind. The truth is a lonely place sometimes, and I don't know it well. I keep on digging deeper to be told I'm going to hell. Religions, old and new, they come with dogmas and with creeds, and the world is waiting. We want to know, does it really set you free? Because I watch well-meaning warriors silence curiosity. Are you getting angry? Should I pretend that I agree so that we can keep the peace? The truth is a lonely place, baby. Luckily, it's legal to lie, but you better use precaution if you feel like getting high. I own a cell phone, complicit in modern slavery. I don't shave my legs though, so much fucking bravery. Some countries cut off clits, and others still use canes, and the democratic government of my homeland send bombs like drops of rain. The truth is a thankless task, quite frankly, and you cannot pick and choose. And the unintended consequences of the good intentions, they keep me up at night, because the more I talk to the enemy, the less I know who's right. So many people claim to have it, righteousness on their side. Missionaries, politicians, astrologists wear it like a badge. Feminists from across the Great Divide. Mother Teresa professed it too, from the Telegraph to the New York Times. Oh, those who proselytize. Lonely, lonely truth town. I've got friends from many backgrounds, but none of them are poor. They've all been to college and none have been through war. And I meet a lot of creatives and they think a lot like me, but do you ever just get a little bit nervous about thought homogeny? The truth is a lonely place sometimes, and the culture feuds are waging, the comment section's raging, the most likes is the rightest, and we're this close to eating each other alive. But I've got no loyalty to humanity. We've got too much original sin. Maybe a battle to the death would help Mama Nature win. I've got no hill to die on, but how good are hills either way, beyond the echoes of the educated and the whispers of the saved? I'm gonna find a hill to die on, but not metaphorically. I'm headed for the hills, y'all. I'm gonna find a mountaintop with daffodils and views with lots of trees. I'm gonna find a hill to lie on and drift off from the lost causes. I'm gonna find my lonely truth beyond the indoctrinated and the brainwashed, the boomers and the youth. My hill to live on will be lush. My hill to live on will have drugs. My hill to live on will be clutch. Just me and the breeze and some baby's breath and honeybees. 'Cause the truth is a lonely place sometimes. The truth is a lonely place.
All right, hello. Thanks for your patience. My name is Crystal Robbins. I've got a song of mine to play for you called Into the Wild. This is a song that I wrote coming out of the relatively short lockdown that we had here in Darwin, the first one. And it's about, being released from the house and getting out into nature on a camping trip, and the contrast, from being stuck inside looking at screens and watching updates on TV for about 3 months, I think it was. So it's inspired by some of the beautiful nature we have around the NT.
She sits atop a spinning wheel, a zodiac chart of symbols making lazy rotations as pink-tinged clouds kiss clove feet and teeth glint with glee at the folly of human hearts below. Lovers being led down the garden path, past the lavender, that's her, as are initials engraved into bark, bleeding hearts, love trysts, triangles, pentagrams, slow fucks under desert stars. She dips a toe into the cosmic soup and chaos ripples out, drunk down by thirsty mouths. Her laugh is a wild bark, the subsonic crack of a breaking heart, a too ripe pomegranate split wide, seeds spilling out. It is every 2 a.m. insomniac doubt in the dark. She stitches red flag into flapper dress that fits like second skin, slips into your drink something that makes your synapse fizz, the room spin, and red flag becomes semaphore love letter. Retrograde motion is her mode and her matter is mercurial. She is quicksilver mix of bliss and agony, a wedding, a burial. She is short, sharp breaths, missteps, little deaths destined for regret. And you can blame the planets as you may, try pin it all on Jupiter. Her voice is your own, only stupider.
We wish to advise that the next piece discusses, through movement, the topic of youth incarceration. If you need to check out of this piece, please feel free to do so, and we welcome you back at the end of this act in a few minutes' time. You can also connect with the Close Dondale campaign through Instagram or Facebook, or by meeting in front of Dondale every Friday at 5 p.m. to protest the incarceration of young people.
The day we tried to chase, we left behind. When words were not enough to evoke the rhythm that we'd find again. In darkness, we're just breath, said what needed to be said. And your heart's unbroken beating made mine feel that it was there. With your arm on my arm, with my hand on your hand. We
was inspired by, I guess, some of the dynamics that I see in the music, not even the music community, just like, and it's mostly male musicians, and I know a lot of male musicians, and they're my friends, and I respect them too. But sometimes there's a certain, I don't know, privilege or entitlement on being, yeah, and they just, it's like, oh, because he's the town's musician, he's the awesome guitarist, and there's just some sort of entitlement that comes with it. And unfortunately, some of them use that to sort of, manipulate, or some sort of entitlement. But really, it's not hard to be a musician. It's like, he plays guitar so wonderfully. It's like, he's just playing A minor. And E minor, and those are beautiful chords, but you can do it too, You can at least give it a try. The only risk that comes from being a musician is really just being poor. Okay. So this one's called Play Like Hendrix. You gave it your all. I watched your eye night after night, and you're getting better, but it still doesn't cool. You're one of a kind, and it's not about who's wrong or right, or if you work hard enough to capture his eye. You got better things ahead, your heart, your soul, your head, and if it's not meant to be, he's not gonna see what you see. Even if you play like Hendrix, sing like Mariah, even if you dress like Audrey, no, he's not gonna see. One of a kind, and sure is good, but so are you. And if he moves hearts, well, you can do that too. And you've come this far. It's what it is, you're what you are. Why chase after one when you can be your own star? And when the world adores you, but one person don't love you, it's hard to move on, but you try and try and try and try. And trust me, even if you play like Hendrix, sing like Mariah, even if you dress like Audrey, no, he's not gonna sing. You gave it your all.
From my bloodline. She wants to peel his hand off her face, or sink her teeth down into it like an apple. But his white knuckles hold her head, cold hard against the wall, and her skull rings red because of the shock of when it struck, when he grabbed her unexpectedly on her way to the well for water. And when he spits the word witch into her face, her eyes flash, fierce as cat's claws. But he thrusts threats, rough, repeated, and says, what wooden stake would you rather, hey? And haven't you got a ripe little daughter? So she ties her heart into a tiny thing and tells it to flee from this place, to run with the hot salt that drips from her cheek, to drop to the scurrying mouse that squeals by her toes, to be seized by the taloned owl with its whispering wings, and fly away to the tide pulling moon.
And though he shoves her shoulders till knees buckle and strikes slate, and makes her take his naked stake into her mouth, and hangs a wooden cross around her neck, and says, "This is what you must worship now," which she has uttered another kind of prayer to the mouse and the owl and the moonlight, saying, "Remember what I knew, and one day teach all the daughters." And now, though her bones have long been buried beneath forests that now burn with the fury of forgotten magic, there slides a creature like a snake who knows the secrets of the mouse and the owl and the moonlight. This creature wears the bitten apple ablaze across their breast, and has the spells of witches chanting from their mane of hair, and they've come to wrap tentacles round every white-knuckled hand that ever shoved her head against a wall and hiss, "I am still here, and you will stop this shit."
So thank you for listening, and thank you for coming and supporting these original artists who are all so dedicated and have given so much time and effort and resources into making this possible. My name is Cody. I spent time recently on Widjabul Waibel country in the Bundjalung Nation area, Bundjalung land, and it was real wet. Rained a long time, and I was thinking about these two narratives that you'll hear in this song and how they clash together, and how certain events that happen in our life can't be argued with. There's some things that you can put a different light on and you can spin it a different way, but there's some things that you can't.